Hi guys, Mr. Hill here with your history lesson for today. We're going to be looking at how we can use the names of places as clues to find out where the Saxons settled in Britain. In order to do that, we're going to think about the geography of Britain a little bit more, and we're going to be talking about the people that came and settled. So the people that came and settled, we've talked about the Angles, the Saxons, and the Jutes. Now this is a representation in this image of what they think these people look like. The clothes that they wore, the way they wore their hair, where they had their beards, and everything, that sort of thing. So once they'd arrived in Britain, once they'd made the difficult journey across the North Sea, they had to decide where to build their villages. Now, on the map on the screen, I've marked some places in white. So the white circles of some of the cities. We've got Plymouth, Southampton, and Bristol down in the south. The square is London for our capital. We've got Birmingham, Nottingham, Sheffield, Manchester, Liverpool, and Leeds up towards the north. Have a look at where these are located. See if it can give you some clues. What should they be looking for when they decide where to build? Pause the video here. See if you can write down some ideas. Okay, you got your ideas written down? I'll share some of the ideas that I've had with you. A lake or a stream. So they've got fresh water. If you look at London down in the south and Southampton, and up in the north, you've got Nottingham and Leeds. They're both very close to lakes and rivers. So they've got fresh water. Fresh water is really important for drinking, for cleaning, and for having a good quality of life. Other places close to the coast and easy to travel and trade. You've got Liverpool up in the north. You've got an easy journey across to Ireland from there. You've got Plymouth and Southampton and Dover down in the south. You've got easy connections to the rest of Europe from there. And these will give you the opportunity to trade what you're making. So whether it's the wool from the sheep, whether it's the grain that you're growing in the fields, makes it really easy to travel and to these places to trade. It also makes it easy for the people in those places to bring over what they've got. So it might be things like gold from faraway countries that have traveled across the land of Europe and then have to be brought across the English Channel, just that last little bit. So having a port on the coast makes things really easy. Good land for farming. This is another really important thing. You've got to remember when the Anglo-Saxons turned up, they couldn't just go down to Sainsbury's and get a pint of milk. They had to grow everything they needed. They had to farm it. So good land there so they could grow their crops, they could feed their animals is what they needed. Valleys, so an area surrounded by higher ground, good for protection from the weather. Maybe a hilltop, so go the opposite way with a clear view of invaders. If you look at medieval castles, which we've covered previously, they're normally built up on top of the hill, so you can see who's coming. Woodland for the wooden houses. So again, you look at the house in the picture we've got here, made of wood. So they'd have needed lots of wood in order to build the houses. And as well as needing fresh water, a river. Big wide river you could sail a boat on, so you can transport, you can move around inside the country. All of these factors will give you a clue or help you decide where you want to live if you were a Saxon. Where the Saxons lived, they named places, and that gave us lots of clues as to where their influence has come from. So our language, the English language, is full of words or parts of words from all over the world. It includes some of the Anglo-Saxon words as well. Before we look at the words we take from the Anglo-Saxons, let's see if you know where these words come from. Got ballet, cafe, and genre. Any idea where they might come from? I'll give you a clue. It's a language that we learn in school. That's right, French. How about karaoke, ninja, and tsunami? A clue there with ninja. Think about what part of the world they come from. What did you get? They're Japanese. So if you said Chinese, you're nearly there, right continent, just the wrong country. How about delicatessen, kindergarten, and rucksack? I'll give you a clue again. It's a European country we're looking for this time. It's Germany. So these are German words. How about macho and patio? Any ideas? They're Spanish. How about tofu and typhoon? We're going off towards Asia again this time for the country. That's it. It was Chinese, from China. Some other words, we've got chocolate, moped, lemon, avatar, and sherbet. Some of you might recognize avatar, and I'm sure you're shouting at the screen that you know where that one comes from. But chocolate is a Native American word. Moped is a Swedish word. Lemon is Arabic. Avatar is Hindi. And sherbet is Turkish. So you can see we've got lots of different influences in our language from all over the world. So, as I said, our language is full of words or parts of words from the Anglo-Saxons. We can still see this in many of the place names we have for towns and cities. So here are a few examples. Bridge. If you think of Uxbridge, and there's, Uxbridge, there's near a bridge. You've got Bourne or Burn, so you've got Eastbourne down on the south coast. You've got Blackburn up in the north, near a stream. Burr or Bury, you've got Edinburgh up in the Scotland, which you can't see on the map. We've got there's a place called Bury, which must have had a fort there. There's Coombe, which means a valley. Cot, small hut. Fall, place cleared of leaves. Field, ford, ham, Hurst, ing, so people of. A lake, which is a lake. A lay or a lee is a clearing. So if you think about Langley, near to us, would have had a clearing there. So it might have been all farm and woodland around us. Stead means farm. Stock, summer pasture. Stow is a holy place. Tun, a farm or a village. Wick or witch, a farm or a dwelling. And a worth is fenced land. So we can look around the map and we can find towns and cities whose names derive from the Anglo-Saxon language. Something derives from it means it comes from it. So what you're going to do, you're going to find 5 places and you're going to place them onto your map. So the map you did yesterday, showing where the Angles, the Saxons and Jutes crossed the North Sea and came and settled. Add them onto your map. So the example I've chosen is Warrington. So I've placed it over. Hang on, let me just highlight it for you. Just over here in yellow. So part of it is ton. And we'll go back and we'll look and see if we can work out what that means. So we're going to explain what feature you think helps to give it its name. So ton is close to the River Mersey, Warrington even. It's close to the River Mersey, so the soil is very good for growing. This means it would have been farming area. Ton in Anglo-Saxon means farm. So I'm going to leave you with this list. Have a look on a map, see if you've got, maybe if you've got an atlas in your house or a map of the UK. If you haven't, use Google Maps and have a really good look round. See what you can find. There's some of them on there already. You've got Birmingham and Nottingham. They end in ham. And if you look back at the Anglo-Saxon word, ham was another word for village. So it was Birmingham village and Notting village is what that would have meant in Anglo-Saxon. Have a go, see what you can find. See as well if you can find the meanings of some of the ones that are already marked on this map. You could use those as well. Good luck. I look forward to seeing your work in our next live session or on Tapestry. I'll see you soon. Take care.